Hello there guys, and in this tutorial what I am going to show you is how you can use logical operators in tests. Okay, so in the previous tutorial we talked about logical operators in general, but now I want to show you how you can use logical operators in tests. Okay, so let's get right on it. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove the elif statement right here because we are not going to use it anymore. And instead of using that elif statement, so I'm just going to press backspace and it will remove all of my highlighted selection. I don't know if I said this in the Emacs tutorial, but yeah, that's also a way you can remove stuff. Just select it with your mouse and press backspace. But anyway, I want to replace that elif statement with a logical operator. And I basically want the logic to be as follows. If somebody said hello, or, and by somebody I mean if the first argument is hello, or if the first argument is hi, then I want to say hello back to you. Otherwise, I just want to say you are rude. Okay, and how will I do this? Well, I will simply use the OR logical operator and I will introduce a new condition. And what I will say is if the first argument is equal to hi, then I also want to echo hello back to you. Okay, now I want to save this. And now let me run tutorial script2.sh with the argument hello. I get hello back to you. If I run it with the argument hi, I get hello back to you. But if I run it with a non-existent argument, for example, I get you are rude. Okay, so what is essentially happening here? Well, what is happening here is that here we have an OR logical operator, and it basically says, if the first condition is true, then I'm going to execute this. If the first condition is not true, okay, so if the exit code of this entire thing is not non-zero, then I will check the exit code of this thing, okay? And if the exit code of this thing is 0, then I will echo hello back to you. But if neither this thing's exit code is 0 and this thing's exit code is not 0, I will echo you are rude. Okay, now you can also use the AND logical operator, but that wouldn't make any sense because let's just see what we are actually telling our shell script if we use the AND logical operator. So we are saying we want both the first argument to be hello and we also want the first argument to be hi, okay, which just simply doesn't make any sense, okay, and that's simply not going to work, okay, because why? Because first of all, the first argument cannot be hello and hi at the same time. And second of all, if we kind of like interpret it the way shell would interpret it, we would see this contradiction. So basically we would go, and even if our first argument was equal to hello, we would also require that the second argument is also, that the second condition is also true. Okay, so we would basically have to have the second condition be true as well, which can be possible because if the first argument is hello, it cannot be hi at the same time. Okay, so the AND logical operator doesn't make sense here, but the OR logical operator does make sense here. Okay, so either this or this is true. And AND basically says the first one has to be true and the second one has to be true. And if the AND one fails on the first one, it doesn't even check the second one. Okay, so that's the AND operator. If it fails on the first one, it doesn't check the second one. The OR operator is different. The OR operator is the reverse. If it fails on the first one, it checks the second one as well. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned something useful, and I hope to see you in the next tutorial as well.